This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
He's a sophomore.
Here inside the Davis Event Center now for the men's action between ICC and Holmes. We'll take you to the floor now for the starting lineup for ICC, brought to you by Coke. So there is your starting lineup for ICC. It'll be Trevante Doolittle at the point. Brandon Brown will be the 2-guard. Antoine Porter plays the 3 spot as the small forward. Medarius Hobson is the 4-man, and Tyler Smith rounds out the starting lineup. That is Tyler Smith, the 6'6", 220 freshman out of Atlanta. The Indians assisted by Eric Bozeman. Head coach is Grant Pate. And looking at the starting lineup for Holmes, that visiting lineup brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. They'll start Caleb Higgins, a 5'10 freshman out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Jatavia Greer, a 6-foot freshman out of Lexington, Mississippi. Darius Clark, a 6'4 freshman out of Indianola, Mississippi. Josiah Lewis, a freshman at 6'6" out of a sophomore out of Grenada. And rounding out the lineup is the center, Tyler Williams, a 6'9 sophomore out of Waldorf, Maryland. Jason Flanagan, the head coach of the Holmes Bulldogs. There's the opening tip brought to you by First American National Bank. Remember to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo to find the nearest First American National Bank location near you, celebrating 55 years of being a customer drive and community-focused bank. That is First American National Bank. Holmes going to open up in a bit of a zone defense here. Medarius Hobson with it over on the far side, on the near side wings. Takes one step inside the three-point line, pulls up. The jumper is good for Medarius Hobson.
Good start, Jordan. Big ball game tonight. Both teams 2-3 in the conference.
Yeah, Holmes comes into the night at 10-6 on the year, 2-3 in division play. ICC at 6-9 in the year, but them two are 2-3 in division play. Holmes lost 2 in a row against Northeast and Northwest. ICC coming off a loss to East Mississippi last Thursday. Pass goes off into the corner. Trevante Doolittle pulls up from the logo. It's good too. An early 4-0 lead for the Indians. The 19-minute mark. Nice job by Medarius Hobson to find Doolittle open coming across the lane.
Good job by the lady. Excuse me, by the men 2 for 2 so far, 4-0 Indians.
Pull-up jumper that time from Darius Clark is good. The freshman from Indianola hits that one from 15 feet out and gets back to within 2 points as a full-court press opportunity now for Holmes. And the maroon uniforms, black writing, some white outlines on the numbers and lettering. ICC in their home grays, lettering and numbering in navy blue. Tyler Smith in the corner, gives it back to Brandon Brown. Brown, the reigning MACJC Player of the Week, and Brown, a guy who's really turned it on the last couple of weeks. He's averaging almost 20 points per game in his last 4 games, scored a career-high 26 points at Delta a couple weeks ago.
No doubt about it. We've noticed him being out there at the point guard, at the top of the circle, with his height and his strength, shooting ability. It's really helped the Indians.
10 seconds on the shot clock for ICC. Brown has it out at the top of the key, now down to 5. He didn't realize how much time. Pulls up from way downtown off the right side of the rim, no good. And here comes Holmes with the rebound. Pushing it down the floor right in front of us up the sideline, attacking off left side, up and over. That is Caleb Higgins, the 5'10 freshman out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, into the scoring column, and we're back all square at 4 apiece. Just a full court man-to-man, a little bit of a bluff of a press, really. I guess you could call it a press, but not necessarily a trap.
Right.
Is that full court set as Brandon Brown brings the ball up the floor.
Causing us to run a little bit out of the shot clock, trying to get us off the rhythm.
Yeah, all the way down to 10 now as ICC gets set. Whistle and a travel call against Antoine Porter out at the top of the key. So you can see that's the big fella, Tyler Williams, the sophomore out of Waldorf, Maryland, standing 6'9". Be interesting to see how he affects ICC as you think back a couple of weeks ago and a couple of matchups ICC has had, one namely with Northwest, where the size and the length sometimes causes them a little bit of a problem.
No doubt.
Half court, man-to-man for ICC. Holmes trying to get the ball inside to Williams. Double teamed at the block. Pass comes out to Jatavia Greer for 3 out of the corner. No good. Rebound goes to Holmes. And he's going to go out of bounds off ICC.
You know, Jordan, we've got 6'5", 6'6", 6'5" guys. We just don't have the 6'8", 6'9" guys that we see other teams have.
That length down low definitely adds another dimension to the game for those teams that do have it. Williams will inbound the ball. Goes out up top to Josiah Lewis. And Lewis, a guy who is a good size as well. They list him at 6'6", a sophomore veteran guy out there. So you got a 6'6" and a 6'9" as sophomores playing your post. Always good to have that veteran leadership down low. A 3-point bucket up out of the corner, no good for Darius Clark, and rebound goes to Brandon Brown. Brown down the lane in a hurry, loses control of the basketball, is able to pick it back up, kicks it back up top to Doolittle, and Doolittle kind of lets things reset. Brandon Brown, near side as you look at your screen at the logo, back out to the timeline. 13 seconds on the shot clock, drives into the elbow, kicks Tyler Smith in the corner. Corner uses baseline, goes up and around a man and uses the glass and knocks it in. A Renaissance Bank shot. Visit Renaissance Bank. RenaissanceBank.com as Tyler Smith uses the glass.
Good job by Tyler Smith. 6-4 Indians. Calls a turnover here. Indians get the ball back. 16:30 left the first half. 6-4 Indians over Holmes.
Yeah, the big guy there, Williams, just shuffled those feet as he got it out beyond the three-point line, and probably a guy that's not going to see it out there very often.
I was wondering, why is he at out point in the three-point line?
Nonetheless, 6-4 ICC leads at 16:20 to go in the first half. More of a trapping type zone. Now they settle back into that 2-3 set. As Doolittle, right side, is going to drive it that way. Kicks in the corner to Antoine Porter. Porter for 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebounds fought for and controlled by the guys in maroon. Lewis will pull it out, gives off to his point guard Higgins. Higgins pushes it now into the corner for 3. Out of that same corner, we've seen 3 3-point shots for Holmes. Greer misses that one. Put back, no good. And they go up for a rebound again. We've got a whistle and a jump ball. Well, ICC gets bailed out there because it looked like Tyler Williams was about to go up with some authority. As substitutions onto the floor, ICC will send on Shermontis Mitchell. He'll sub off Tyler Smith. For Holmes, Brandon Weatherspoon, the 6'4 freshman out of Canton, will check into the game for the first time. Those substitutions are brought to you by Little Caesars of Fulton. Don't forget to download the Little Caesars app. For those of you that think Weatherspoon, Canton, Mississippi, yes, that is the younger brother to Nick Weatherspoon and Quindary Weatherspoon, who have seen some time in the maroon and white down at Mississippi State. As Brandon Weatherspoon checks into this game. That time a 3-pointer knocked home, though, by Jalen Lester, fresh into the game. And that gives the Bulldogs of Holmes their first lead tonight at 7-6. Two 3 zone set still for Holmes. ICC working it out beyond the key. Shot clock down to 10. Brandon Brown goes to work off the near side and loses his dribble, but there's going to be a whistle and a foul, and they're going to say as he drove in, there was some contact. Going to get Brandon Weatherspoon, so we just talked about Weatherspoon. They get him for his first foul of the game for either team. Goes against Holmes there at the 15-18 mark in the first half. Inbound pass goes in easy to Brandon Brown, and he was wide open off the block. He could feel some pressure from over the top by Tyler Williams and just cannot finish. Got to have that one right there off the inbounds pass. And that comes straight down the floor. A three-point basket off the far side wing by Brandon Weatherspoon, and that's a 5-point swing, Jim. 10-6, Holmes leads at 15:05 to go. Coach Grant Pate will call a timeout. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
That was Brandon Weatherspoon on that last three for Holmes. He's able to get into the scoring column from the three-point line. But Holmes is a team who has been able to really hurt you by committee, as they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys averaging in double figures with Lewis, Weatherspoon, Higgins, Tyler Williams as well. Plenty of options on the offensive end for Holmes. As you see, the big Tyler Williams go up for the rebound there and clear the ball for Holmes. Back down the floor in a hurry. Higgins kicks into the corner to Jalen Lester. Lester dribble drive, loses the ball, and it's given away to ICC. Now Hobson struggles to get a hand on the basketball. Now Tremontis Mitchell up the floor to Antoine Porter. Mitchell now back with it over to Brown, and Brown supplies a little bit more confidence with it, able to reset things, calm it back down on the offensive end. 12 seconds on the shot clock. ICC not moving very much without the basketball. That is where this team has really got stagnant at times, as Mitchell pulls up for three from straight on. No good, and not one pass inside the arc that time for ICC.
10-6, 14 minutes left until halftime.
Whistle and a travel goes against Caleb Higgins at the top of the key. We'll see Tyler Smith sub back on. Antoine Porter comes off the floor for the Indians. Substitution brought to you by Sonic of Fulton. Download the Sonic app for app-only specials. That is Sonic of Fulton.
Jordan, we've gone through about a 3-minute drought here. We need to get our offense rolling. We're only down 4 points, but we don't look smooth right now. No rhythm.
ICC opened the game leading 4-0, but a 10-2 run since then is giving Holmes the lead at 10-6. Pass in the corner to Doolittle. Doolittle tries to dribble drive, nowhere to go. Gives back to Brandon Brown, 15 on the shot clock. Near side wing, looks for a screen from Tyler Smith. Nowhere to go with it still, though, as he's faced with a double team. Crosses across the floor, trying to get it to Hobson. Pass is picked off, and here comes Holmes in the front court. They tried to go alley-oop, getting the ball to Brandon Weatherspoon. Pass goes behind him, out of bounds, and a wasted opportunity for the Holmes Bulldogs. Substitution now gets Rance Champ into the game for the first time tonight for the Indians. Champ, redshirt sophomore out of Shannon. And he's really been that guy that has been the best three-point shooter, I would say, on the team for ICC. Shooting the three-point ball at 45.5%. Only shoots at 46% from the field. So really, I mean, he's been just as good from beyond the arc as anywhere.
No doubt about it. And Rance has been here for 3 years. He knows how to play basketball.
Good pass over into the corner to Madarius Hobson. Hobson pulls up, no good. Tremontis Mitchell fills the lane for the offensive board. It's no good, and ball goes out of bounds. ICC is controlling the glass, even due to giving up some size, and just cannot finish on the offensive end.
10-6, Holmes up, 13-18 left in the first half.
Tyler Talley into the game for Holmes, a 5'10 freshman out of Starkville. He's up with the basketball on your screen as running the point. Screen goes left side, throws up a pass. There's going to be a whistle and a foul. And they're going to get Tyler Smith on the drive. Call the foul on the floor, only the first person to go against the Indians. So it'll be an inbound pass underneath the goal for Holmes. Talley to inbound the pass, now have a whistle. And it's going to be an illegal screen that goes against David Brown for Holmes and gives the basketball back right back to ICC. And that's going to get Brown subbed off the floor in a hurry. He'd just come on. Freshman out of Jackson comes off now. And big Tyler Williams, that 6'9 sophomore out of Maryland, back onto the hardwood for Holmes.
I think the coach wants to have a little discussion with him.
Javonte Doolittle now takes over the reins as the point guard as Brandon Brown getting a breather. Doolittle looking for some help off left side, drives in there. There's contact, a foul, and we've got a blocking call against Holmes. So one of those where, you know, if the Holmes guy there, that time it was 12, Clark. If Clark gets his feet set and takes that contact and falls straight back, probably a charge call. But feet moving as he takes the contact, and it will be a block against Holmes. They're going to say it's on the floor.
On the floor.
Well, I thought he was headed towards the rim with it.
It was close.
Definitely would have got the continuation call if this were the NBA. Nonetheless, it's going to be a foul called on the floor. Third team foul to go against Holmes. First personal against Darius Clark.
12:50 left in the first half. 10-6 Holmes. ICC with the basketball.
Doolittle to inbound it underneath the goal, trying to get it to Hobson, loses the handle on it. Hobson hits the deck, though. Nice hustle by Madarius Hobson to get it back, control possession. Now up to the top of the key with Javonte Doolittle. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Doolittle looking for a screen from Tyler Smith. Takes that, gets into the lane, goes up left side, lays it in. Nice job by Javonte Doolittle to come off that screen, get in the lane, and go to work athletically and lay it up off the left side. 10-8 now. Holmes leads it. 12:25 to go, first half. Has lots of contact down under the goal. No call. And there's going to be a drive by Jermaine Weathers. A layup. And that's going to be a flop call against Madarius Hobson. So that's something new in the game this year is that flop call. You get warned for it one time. If it happens again, I believe it's assessed just like a technical foul. So that's something new they'll say on that drive in there. There was no contact. Hobson laid out. So if they do that again tonight, if they get called for another flop, it will be assessed typically just that, or basically just as a technical foul would. So the bucket is good. 12-8. Holmes on top, approaching the 12-minute mark to go in the first half. Javonte Doolittle working off a screen from Tyler Smith off the left side of the key. Now coming back to his right side, pulls up from way downtown off front iron, no good. Rebound goes to Brandon Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon of Holmes up the floor. Up, pulls up from three, hisses from deep as well. Back iron, no good. And rebound goes to Doolittle. Doolittle trying to push the floor. Got some numbers out in transition. Gets it off to Hobson. Beautiful pass from Hobson. Gives it off to Tyler Smith. And Smith finishes with the left hand. Nice job in transition there from Doolittle to Hobson to Tyler Smith.
Great job by Hobson. Got the assist. 12-10 Holmes. 11:35 left in the first half.
Trying to get the pass in low to the big man, Tyler Williams. Nice job collapsing on the defense as we see Kendrickus Carlton collapses on the backside there. Had some help up top by Tyler Smith, and Rance Champ forces the turnover and gets the basketball back to ICC. So since Doolittle has taken over as the point guard, we've seen the offense in a little bit more of a rhythm as the entry pass there goes to Hobson, and there'll be a foul and a hold against Holmes. That foul will go against Michael Harris, the guard out of Louisville. Substitutions for the Indians, we'll see Rodarian Pendleton subs onto the floor to take off Javonte Doolittle. Substitutions brought to you by First American National Bank. Tommy Chamberlain and Company, proud sponsors of ICC Athletics. Inbound pass from Pendleton up to the top of the key to Carlton. Now Pendleton takes back over in front of the bench for Holmes. Up now to the top of the key, kicks into the corner to Hobson. Now Rance Champ way downtown and just bury it. Rance Champ, we talked about how good and deathly he is from back there in three-point range. He knocks that one down from the waterway.
I'm telling you, that's way out there.
ICC back on top for the first time since the 18-minute mark. 13-12, Indians lead, 10:50 to play in the first half. So let's set the lineup for ICC. We have Rodarian Pendleton, Kendrickus Carlton on the floor, as well as Tyler Smith, Madarius Hobson, and Rance Champ. So that's the five on the floor for the guys in gray. Playing at home tonight inside the Davis Events Center. Pass goes in the corner to Brandon Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon gives off down deep. They'll say foul, but on the floor as Josiah Lewis went up and he was able to finish, but they'll say the foul occurred before he got the shot up. They'll get Kendrickus Carlton for the call. Second team foul for ICC. That's the first one to go against Carlton. Jim, this is a big game tonight for both teams. It's ICC at 2-3, Holmes at 2-3. As you know, top four teams in the division rankings make it into the tournament. So a lot riding on this one here tonight for both guys.
No doubt. We're at the halfway mark after this game also. You got 6 more division games after tonight, but this is a big game. The team that wins will be in the top 4.
It's important to take advantage of these at home, too.
Right.
3-point from straight on for Holmes, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Rodarian Pendleton, and he'll bring the ball up the floor. Kicks it off to his left side to Carlton. Carlton drives the lane with gives to Hobson, who drives the lane, no good. And rebound by Holmes. They immediately throw it away. Rance Champ now attacks the rim, and off the right side is good. Good job by Champ of being aware of where the basketball is and attacking with the opportunity.
Good job by Champ. The veteran made two good plays back in a row. 15-12, Indians up by 3.
At the 10-minute mark, Indians lead by 3 points. Jamarian Brown off the left side now to Caleb Higgins. Higgins leads the team in scoring. This one up from the elbow off the back iron, no good. Controlled in the rebound by ICC. Now Hobson crosses the half-court line with it, looking for somewhere to go. Will finally give it off and be controlled by Rodarian Pendleton. Pendleton goes right side to Kendrickus Carlton. Carlton gets in underneath the low to Medarius Hobson, and another beautiful pass from Hobson over the top to Tyler Smith, and he slams it in the goal.
Hobson's such a smart player. 2 or 3 great assists already here in the first half.
Timeout on the floor as Coach Jason Flanagan for Holmes burns that timeout as he's seen Holmes lose that lead. They now trail 17-12, 9:04 to go in the first half. We'll take a break and be back with more first half action after this. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Attention all ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club members. You're invited to join us for the ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club Member Appreciation Night on Monday, February the 3rd. Members will get free admission to the Northeast games, food and drinks will be provided, and you'll be able to visit with ICC coaches and staff. Not a member of the Alumni Association or Indian Club yet? You're still invited to come be a part of the evening and sign up to become a member that evening as well. For more information or questions, call 662-862-8039. That's 662-862-8039.
Nice job here in the Davis Event Center tonight, and this one between ICC and Holmes. ICC trailed early, but they fought back in and pretty much led by Medarius Hobson.
No doubt, Medarius Hobson. Rance Champ with 2 big shots. We got a 17-12 lead here with 8:51 left in the first half.
ICC came out bad, slow, and really cold on the offensive end, but the last 2 minutes you've seen ICC go on a bit of a run on that side and take back the lead as Caleb Higgins drives the lane, pulls up, gets a man in the air, and knocks one home in off the glass. Cuts the lead to 17-14 with 8:30 to go.
Good-looking guard right there, Caleb Higgins.
Higgins, a 5'10 freshman out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, leads the team with 13.8 points per game. You know, he's just solid across the board. He started every game for them this year, shoots it 80% off the free throw line, nearly 50% from the field. He's been everything they needed, but a great job there, though, by Rodarian Pendleton for 3 as he gets it off that left side wing and drives that one home and gets ICC their biggest lead of the night at 6. Pass intercepted by Tyler Smith. Pass goes up the floor to Kendrickus Carlton, who puts it in from the right side and gets fouled in the process. Nice job in transition there by the Indians.
Biggest lead of the game. Indians up by 8. 22-14. 7:58 left in the first period. Can extend it to 9 with this free throw.
Foul goes against Jartavia Greer, 6'tall freshman out of Lexington, Mississippi. 5th team foul for Holmes, and that will send Kendrickus Carlton to the line. Free throw, back iron, rolls around and goes down for Kendrickus Carlton. So the old-fashioned 3-point play gives the Indians their largest lead of the night at 9 points as we go under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Good defense up top. They're going to say Medarius Hobson. A little bit of contact there on Darius Clark. Clark tried to go to the right side, and Hobson got a little bit of arm.
He did, but he almost got away with it. Just his first foul of the ball game.
So Darius Clark will inbound it right here in front of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth, and he'll give in to Caleb Higgins. Higgins leads the team in scoring early on. He'll take that screen, go off right side, try to throw an alley-oop, nowhere to go with it as it's picked off up in the air by Kendrickus Carlton. That'll allow things to reset as Rodarian Pendleton runs the show on the offensive end for the Indians. Pendleton right side, goes back down to the block to Medarius Hobson. Hobson, good eyes, finds a pass up the middle, and he got it to Kendrickus Carlton, but Carlton took 2 steps before he dribbled and gets called for the travel.
It was a travel, but I like our rhythm and the way we're spreading the ball around. Great assist here the last 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game. That's why we got a 9-point lead here with 7:23 left in the first half.
It's looked very obvious that every time ICC wants to get the basketball down there to that block, they're going to double team it. And a good job by Medarius Hobson, whose eyes are very underrated. I would say he's one of the better passers on the team. he does a good job of finding the guy that's open, and he's done it several times here so far tonight. And another moving screen against Holmes. That time they're going to get it on Jartavia Greer. Excuse me, I had looked at the board too early. Darius Clark called for the moving screen and gives the Indians back the basketball. But watch it again here. If they try to get the basketball back to the block, it'll be interesting to see if they continue to double team down there low or if they get away from that after noticing just how good of a passer Darius Hobson is down there. Tyler Smith goes to work on the big fella. Shot blocked back down and goes out of bounds. This is going to be difficult to go with the big man, Tyler Williams. Substitutions onto the floor for ICC. Antoine Porter comes onto the floor. He'll take off Tyler Smith. Substitution brought to you by Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. They can be found at 499 Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. That is Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Inbound pass good to the Indians, and that will expand the lead to double digits for the first time tonight. ICC leads at 25-14 under the 7-minute mark remaining in the first half.
Another good pass by Hobson. As you said, extended the lead to 11 points, 6:40 left in the first half.
It's felt like roles are just completely reversed. As it looked like early on, ICC didn't really have much of an identity on offense. The last few possessions down, it's felt the same for Holmes. Settling for bad shots, not getting those offensive boards, and really just not knowing where to go with the basketball. ICC leads it by 11, 6:20 to go in the first half. Control of the ball on the offensive end will throw Darian Pendleton. Pendleton looking for a screen from Hobson. Gets that, now goes right side to Champ, now back top to Porter. Porter ball on the floor to the left side, gets a screen, now back up top to Hobson. Hobson shifts the floor over to Kendricus Carlton. Carlton now all the way across into the corner to Rodarian Pendleton for three, off the back iron, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Holmes. Now Holmes with Higgins in a hurry up the floor. Brandon Weatherspoon off the wing, drives left side. Good pass for Holmes now this time as Weatherspoon is able to find Jalen Lester off the block. He lays it up. And a nice possession in transition for the Bulldogs.
25-16, Indians up by 9, 5:40 left in the first half.
So we talked about in the opener kind of about Brandon Brown and how he had kind of coming into his own as the point guard and really controlling and running the offense. As a nice job there turning around by Antoine Porter, putting it in off the glass, and a Renaissance Bank shot there. Renaissance Bank understanding you. But tonight, it's been Rodarian Pendleton and Trevante Doolittle as the point guards that have really controlled the offense. Great job there, Brandon Weatherspoon, as he shows you why he's so dangerous. Takes it off the far side corner, puts the ball on the floor with the right hand, and comes back left side and gets to the goal easily. He makes it look easy when he's attacking the rim, Jim.
Good-looking athlete. As you mentioned, his two brothers playing in Mississippi State, so he knows how to play a little basketball.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. ICC leads 9 points as Madarius Hobson pulls up for three straight on. Give it to him. 3 points for Madarius Hobson as he's going to work down low a lot tonight, but that time he pulls up from three. It's good and gives the Indians the biggest lead of the night at 12 points. 4:44 to go in this division matchup between Holmes and ICC. You're listening to ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
That timeout was brought to you by the ICC Indian delegation, reminding you that it's time to schedule a tour of ICC by visiting iccms.edu. 30-18, ICC leads, 4:44 remaining in the first half. Jim, we talked there going into the break and through the timeout, just the two of us, about Madarius Hobson and how he has controlled the offense and whether he's under the goal and getting that double team and kicking it out wide or pulling up for three. Whatever he's had to do, he's been good at it.
First of all, he's a very good basketball player. He's 6'3", a little bit undersized, playing underneath, but he's so smart, knows how to use his body, knows how to block out, and it's a tremendous teammate because he knows where the open man is. He's making great passes tonight.
So there's been a technical foul assessed coming out of the timeout. One against Tyler Williams of Holmes, also Antoine Porter of ICC. They get tied out coming out of the timeout. They're both saying the other guy caused it. Nonetheless, both assessed a technical foul. So that will be the 7th team foul to go against Holmes, the 4th team foul to go against the Indians. But when you start getting those big guys like Tyler Williams in some foul trouble, that can definitely play a role down the stretch.
No, we don't need that. Definitely don't need that.
30-18, ICC leads, 4:40 to go. Did not see exactly what happened, but they're saying there was contact between the two of them, and you got to say good job to the officials keeping things under control.
Keep it under control here early in the ball game.
Holmes tries to drive the lane, nowhere to go with it. Pass is kicked out from Josh Lewis to Jalen Lester. Lester now gets back ball inside to Lewis, and Lewis is able to go up and finish strong with the right hand. The sophomore out of Grenada gets it back to a 10-point advantage to ICC.
We've done a good job against Lewis. That's his first 2 points of the ball game after almost 16 minutes.
Great pass again from Madarius Hobson as he just makes it look so easy. He takes it from Pendleton, kicks it off into the corner to Antoine Porter, and Porter is able to finish it easily. Been very impressed with Madarius Hobson tonight. Not necessarily because of the way he scored the basketball, but he's showing a lot from a vision standpoint and different tools he has other than a scorer.
Very unselfish.
Tyler Williams goes low, gets the ball to Lewis. Lewis has it blocked, but a great job there by Williams of going after the basketball, attacking the boards. He gets the offensive board and finishes. And back again, just a 10-point lead. So tit for tat right now. Go the Bulldogs and the Indians. Trevante Doolittle back onto the floor for ICC, controlling things as the point. Pass goes onto the block, double team just as we've seen earlier tonight. Good pass from Hobson up to the top of the key to Rance Champ. Now it shifts back across to Trevante Doolittle. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Doolittle pulls up and he's fouled on the three-pointer, and that foul's going to go against the big fella again, Tyler Williams. And Williams frustrated by that, but as the big guy, you're taught don't leave the floor right there. And he leaves the floor and gets whistled for the foul. Be his second personal, 8th team foul for Holmes, but nonetheless, Trevante Doolittle is going to go to the line for three.
Coach Flanagan does not want to see a 6'9" guy fouling a three-point shooter from 25 feet out.
That means you got a mismatch somewhere, doesn't it? So Doolittle to the free throw line, about an 80% free throw shooter on the year. First one, those up and no good for Trevante Doolittle. Well, you jinxed in the women's game earlier. I guess I did it the wrong way.
He's gonna make these next two, no doubt. Boom.
Second one is up, and it is good. So missed the first one, made the second one. One more coming after the foul from the three-point line. And, surprised to see here, but Coach Flanagan is leaving Tyler Williams on the floor. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 fouls on the big fella. May get him off right here, though, as it looks like Amadou Traore coming onto the floor, and he will take off Tyler Williams. So second free throw from Doolittle is up and good. So 2 for 3 off the line for Doolittle. Gives the Indians back a 12-point lead. 3:15 remaining in the first half.
Traore is from Harlem, New York.
So they've got a guy from Harlem, New York, and Amadou Traore subs off a guy from Waldorf, Maryland, and Tyler Williams. It's a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and you can tell now the officials are really trying to be careful and keep this thing from getting out of control as Madarius Hobson whistled for it away from the ball, his second foul.
He's coming out of the ball again.
So he comes off the floor. Tremontis Mitchell subs him off. Those substitutions brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. So again, still a big lineup on the floor for Holmes. Is they've got Lewis on the floor at 6'6", and they've got the freshman Traore at 6'7" on the floor. So plenty of length out there for the Bulldogs. Ball goes in down low to the block to Traore. They're going to call a whistle and a foul. That's a charge against Traore, and that's the right call. As he set up off the block, and you can say he went to the rim with authority, but a little bit too much authority with that left elbow. They get him for an offensive foul and give the ball back to ICC.
Jordan, this is a big time right now because we've got Hobson who's playing great tonight out of the ball game. Probably won't play the rest half. We've got a 12-point lead here with 2:50 left in the half. Let's see how it ends.
Nice pass up the floor and out of Doolittle off the far side on the wing. Now wisely pulls it out, takes his time, and allowing the offense to set. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Doolittle goes left side, looks for somewhere to pass. Back up top to Rance Champ. Well, this is definitely in range for Rance Champ. He hit one from right here earlier. Looking for some help with a screen as it goes back to Carlton. Carlton right side. He pulls up from a step inside the three-point line. No good. And rebound goes to Holmes. ICC tries to stop the ball there at the top of the key. They do just that with Kendricus Carlton. Carlton drives right side, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul. Charge goes against Holmes again. They get Caleb Higgins that time as he drove the lane, had a give, and it was a good look at the rim. But it will be a foul that goes against Caleb Higgins, his first personal, but more importantly, 10th team foul of the half to go against Holmes. So ICC shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way out. Seeing more of a press look on the defensive end from Holmes. We've seen a lot of different looks. We saw 2-3 zone early, more of a half-court man-to-man defense. Now into more of a pressing situation, trying to force the turnovers.
We're up by 12, 2 minutes left at halftime.
Doolittle starts right, comes back left, tries to put it up left side. Too short, not good. Rebound controlled by Traore. So Traore gives off to Higgins. Higgins goes left side up the floor. Now wide open under the goal was Josiah Lewis, and Lewis went up for it. They're going to say he got tripped as he went up. Foul goes against Tyler Smith. Seventh team foul for ICC. Second personal on Tyler Smith. So ICC got 2 of their bigger guys in foul trouble as well.
Getting him out of the ball game here for the half.
So good job by Coach Grant Pate. 1:43 to go in the first half. Antoine Porter over at the scorer's table getting set to check in. First free throw from Lewis rattles around and goes down. Good. Porter comes onto the floor to sub off Tyler Smith. Substitution brought to you by the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU.
Jordan, let's finish strong. Got an 11-point lead. Could be 10. Minute 43 left to halftime. 2 of our major players out of the ball game right now. Both of them with 2 fouls.
Second free throw upcoming from Josiah Lewis. It is up. It is good as well. Back to a 10-point game as ICC leads at 34-24. And we're going to see Holmes come out in a full-court trap, and they're going to – I almost thought that went off Mitchell's foot that time, as ICC is going to keep the basketball, but it was close as it goes out of bounds. Trap goes into the corner. Pass goes up forward, and they're trying to get it to Brandon Brown. They're going to say foul goes against Holmes. That'll be 2 free throws for ICC, as that one's going to go against 23, Jamarian Brown. And that's the one, and you look down there at Coach Flanagan, and you see that look on his face, and he kind of holds his arms out. Foul somebody 70 feet away from the basket, knowing they're in the double bonus. Just not a wise play defensively, and he's even talking to his guy about it right now. What are you doing? That cannot happen. So Brandon Brown, who was the MACJC Player of the Week last week, has really been tearing it up as of late. Hasn't seen the floor a lot here through the first half. Gets to the free throw line. First one goes back iron, no good.
And has not scored tonight, but he's played well. We've had other players scoring tonight where Brandon didn't have to do it so far in the first half.
ICC will clear out the paint, drop everybody back with the exception of Brandon Brown. Second free throw up and good. Back to an 11-point advantage for the guys in the gray. 1:30 to play in the first half. Trevante Higgins working it there on the near side of your screen. Comes back across the set to Jamarian Brown. Brown dribble drive left side. There's going to be a foul, and they're going to say a body foul against Trevante Doolittle. And, they're blowing the whistle. There's no doubt about that. That's going to put Holmes into the bonus as well. So 1-and-1 opportunity upcoming for Jamarian Brown. ICC led the game early 4-0, but then it was a 10-2 run from Holmes, got them the lead at 10-6. But since then, a nice job of answering by ICC. They fought back, and they've had control over the course of the last 10 minutes. Lead by 10, 1:24 to go in the first half. Second free throw upcoming for Brown. Brown averaging about 3.5 points per game. Second one no good, so 1 for 2 off the line for the freshman. Brown. 1:20 to play in the first half as Brandon Brown controls the basketball for the Indians. Well, lots of heavy defense as we see Brown come up, tries to double team. Pass goes all the way across the floor to Doolittle. Doolittle handles it, goes up left hand, and is able to finish. Nice pass and nice finish by Trevante Doolittle.
Good job by Doolittle. As you mentioned, Brown found him underneath for the layup.
Holmes down the floor in a hurry. That's a charge that's going to go against Josiah Lewis as he lowers the shoulder, goes into the lane. A nice job by ICC to draw that charge and to get the ball back on offense. First foul to go against Lewis. Since it's an offensive foul, ICC will not get free throws for it, but into the double bonus, definitely. It's foul trouble over on the home sideline. Brown backs the ball up the floor, crosses it, makes sure he breaks it before that 10-second count. Down to 50 seconds on the game clock, 15 seconds on the shot clock as Shermontis Mitchell takes it in the corner, gives back to Doolittle. Doolittle tries to get the ball inside, gets it there to Brandon Brown, and Brown just lost the handle on it. Well, he had a look there at the block, was going to have an opportunity to put it off the glass, and just couldn't hold on to it.
37-25, Indians up by 12, 38 seconds left halftime. Holmes got the basketball.
Jim, when I think about the year as a whole, this has been one of the better offensive halves ICC's played.
No doubt about it. They've moved the ball well. We got 37 points here in the first half. Let's finish strong, have a good defense stop, maybe get an offensive possession, go up by 14.
30 seconds on the game clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock, so about a 9 to 10 second difference between the two. As pass goes inside, and another touch foul. And you know what? I don't know what Antoine Porter is doing right there. You look at Porter. Porter is in there, maybe 6'6", 195 pounds. He's matched up against Ameado Traore. And Traore's got about, what would you say, 50 pounds on him?
No doubt.
Porter straight up on him and gets whistled for a foul.
I didn't see the foul, but
get him for bodying him up. 23 seconds. They get bailed out. They're going to get a couple free throws here possibly, as first one is up. It rattles around good as Holmes is in the 1-and-1, but still, just a foul call you hate to see go against Antoine Porter there. So, Ameado Traore on the line from Harlem, New York. Second free throw for the 6'7" freshman. Trying to cut it back to a 10-point lead. Can't do it. Still 11 points as ICC is going to hold it. 20 seconds on the game clock, and they'll have the opportunity to hold it for one last shot. Brown gets it across the half-court line, being defended by Higgins. Higgins staying right on top of him. Brown, looked like he wanted to give some time, but he had a driving lane right to the goal. He takes advantage of it, takes it all the way there, and gets the layup. And a whistle and a foul on a touch all the way back up the floor again, and ICC is going to allow Holmes to get back. And, that one more of a foul that time against Brown, but still, if you touch somebody, it's getting called out there right now.
Brandon's first foul of the ball game. 39-26. Indians up by 13. Holmes shooting at the free throw line.
So Caleb Higgins, the 5'10" freshman guard, goes to the line. First shot up and good for the freshman out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, as we mentioned. Higgins leads the team 13.8 points per game. He's a 78.8% free throw shooter, so he does a really good job when he gets to the line. Second shot from Higgins up. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebound goes to Tremontis Mitchell. Clock runs out, and that will be the end of the first half. ICC leads 39-27 after one. We'll take a break and be back with the Little Caesars halftime show. We'll recap what happened in the first half, and Jim Ingram will have those stats ready for you right here next to me. You're listening to ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Attention all ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club members. You're invited to join us for the ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club Member Appreciation Night on Monday, February the 3rd. Members will get free admission to the Northeast Games, food and drink will be provided, and you'll be able to visit with ICC coaches and staff. Not a member of the Alumni Association or Indian Club yet? You're still invited to come be a part of the evening and sign up to become a member that evening as well. For more information or questions, call 662-862-8039. That's 662-862-8039.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
$39-27, ICC leads the Bulldogs of Holmes at the halftime break here inside the Davis Event Center. Jim, about halfway through the division schedule, I guess the schedule as a whole, big opportunity for both teams here tonight.
No doubt about it. And, we're playing very well tonight at home. Got a good crowd. We're up 39-27, 12-point lead. At halftime, need to keep it going here. It's a big game. We mentioned both teams 2-3 in the division. You play 12 division games. If the Indians find a way to win tonight, they're back at 500 at 3-3.
This is the Little Caesars halftime report. First half highlights on your screen right now, brought to you by Little Caesars. The Little Caesars app, combined with the new pizza portal, has made the fastest pizza in Etowah County even faster. Located at 1405 South Adams Street. Call ahead at 862-2250. Time to recap what we saw there in the first half, Jim. Brought to you by Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. From strains and sprains to tears and breaks, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi has got you covered. Give them a call at 662-377-BONE or stop by 499 Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. Well, ICC came out, had an early 4-0 lead, but then they went cold offensively. But they came back and really were led by Tyler Smith, Madarius Hobson, and the sharp shooting of Rance Champ.
No doubt about it. You know, Brandon Brown has been leading us in scoring, Jordan. We've seen that the last 3 or 4 games. He's played well tonight, but he hadn't had to score. Hobson has been generating all the points tonight, either getting the points himself or making great passes for assists. Get the ball to Madarius. He's playing well. And let me say this. Trevante Doolittle's played well, also driving in for some layups.
ICC led it 15-12 at the 10-minute mark, but those last 10 minutes really turned it on offensively. Get out with a 12-point lead, their largest lead of the night so far at 39-27 here at the halftime break. Time for the first half stats. Let's look at the numbers brought to you by Sonic of Fulton. With 1.3 million drink combos and mouth-watering burgers, why would you go anywhere else? Visit the Sonic in Fulton for exclusive offers and happy hour specials. Jim, let's look at those numbers.
Looking at the numbers, ICC, I'm looking at the count. They played, I believe, 10 players first half. Playing a lot of players tonight. Pendleton had 3, Carlton had 5, Trevante Doolittle, we mentioned, driving with the basketball, had 8, Tyler Smith had 6, Antoine Porter had 4, Brandon Brown only had 3, but playing a very steady game. Rance Champ had 5 big points that helped get us the lead, and Madarius Hobson had 5 points with numerous assists. Holmes Bulldogs, Josiah Lewis has 4, Brandon Weatherspoon has 5, Caleb Higgins, outstanding point guard, has got 5, Weathers 2, Clark 2, Lester 5, Brown 1, Tyler Williams, the big 6'9" players, got 2. Traore from New York has 1 point. He's from New York.
So you talk about that first half in general and just what we did see. I thought personally it was probably the most efficient offensive half I'd seen from ICC at home all year.
I agree with you. You know, we were moving the ball from about 15 minutes left all the way down to 5 minutes. That 10-minute span in the first half, we had great assists, great movement of the ball, very, very in rhythm and played outstanding. That's how we got the 10-point lead.
It's time for the halftime spotlight presented by Renaissance Bank. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn more about the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking Account. Things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com. Jim, who do you want to spotlight here at the halftime break?
I still like Madarius Hobson. I think he's been very steady tonight. The assist he has, I know he only has 5 points. He's making it happen. He's got all 5 players involved offensively.
You could see the attention he drew down low on the block. As every time he got the basketball there, they double-teamed on top of him. He did a good job finding Rance Champ for a 3. He did a good job finding Tyler Smith twice, driving the lane and getting all the way to the rim for 2 dunks. I agree with you. Madarius Hobson, you know, he's fun to watch. He plays what I would call a power forward position at 6'3". He gets in there and battles with those big guys.
No doubt about it. His IQ, his basketball IQ is off the charts. He knows where everybody is, where they're supposed to be. He makes the right pass at the right time.
39-27, ICC leads at the halftime break. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more second half action right after this. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The press conference today was great. It's wonderful when we can get the presidents together, leadership from the community colleges, but even more importantly, to have the governor standing there with us and have Governor Reeves sharing his thoughts about our focus and our efforts in workforce and how we can begin to move the needle for Mississippi and really make a true impact. You know, it's hard to imagine not funding Mississippi community colleges when you think about the fact that 75%, 3 out of 4 Mississippi Community College graduates stay and work in Mississippi. And when you also think about 93, 95% of our students are Mississippi residents. So we're doing the work of Mississippi and we are truly preparing tomorrow's workforce.
Well, we hope today that continued emphasis, continued awareness takes place about the great work that community colleges are doing. Also an awareness about the funding needs, the needs to continue to be able to provide workforce training dollars to assist students, but also academic and career technical students, but really showcasing the transformative work that community colleges play in the entire state of Mississippi.
It's amazing to watch in my 23 years experience in community colleges to see the impact it makes individually for students, that it really truly changes their lives through education. So many of our students come in with the end in mind, but there's others that don't quite know what they want to do, and we're able to put them on a path to a great career, whether that be through our career and technical programs or onto a university for a 4-year degree. But we are the beginning point and really the path that makes it possible because of our financial point. The fact that they can come in and not build a tremendous amount of debt or any debt at all and transfer on to finish that degree or go straight to the workforce. And we're so proud of our students and what they accomplish.
Well, Rick, baseball season, it'll be here before you know it. Coming off of just one of the best seasons ever at ICC. You had won the state championship, hosted the region tournament, finished number 2 in the country. Just kind of reflect back real quick over last season.
Yeah, that was a great year. We've had a couple other years, several years that get close to that, but I think we were 42-8. An exceptional group. I mean, that group of guys spoil a coach. They took care of their business. I mean, went to class and great grades, and winning 41 ball games, winning another state championship for us. It's just a great year, and it all about them. And when you get a good group of guys and they all gel like that and believe in one another and take care of their business, it always works out like that. Those other state championships we got, they were good groups, and everybody bought in and just had a great year.
Well, Rick, you talk about those group of guys. We'll eventually focus on this year's team, but you can only put 9 on the field, and you had 5 or 6 that went Division I, so that talks about the type of talent you had. Other guys also signing scholarships as well. So let's just talk about that. You're losing a lot of really good baseball players, some of the SEC, other schools like that, but you got a lot of shoes to fill this year as well.
Yes, it's going to be a young group out there this time. We'll have 2 starting guys back. Our center fielder will he'll move from right field and go to center. That's Lane Domino, and our shortstop's back, Brett Coker. But we lost all those other guys. We lost our top 4 arms in the rotation. We lost Hootie to Mississippi State, and Medlin to Middle Tennessee State, and Krieger went to La Tech, and Lancaster went to Missouri, and our catcher went to Ole Miss, and then Medlin was our everyday first baseman, so when he wasn't pitching, and Krieger was our second baseman. So, LB went to Mississippi College out in left field. Russell's now going to Mississippi State. But we got a lot of shoes to fill, and thing about it is we try to keep it rolling here. We got a good group. We got a good, talented group. They playing hard. Had a great fall. We were 6-2 in the fall and scored a lot of runs, and that's about junior college. You're gonna have to replace them. This is my 22nd year to be here, and 18th as the head coach, and been down this road before, and we're just working hard, and we're going to try and get this team rolling also.
Well, Rick, you talk about that. You've been here 22 years, 18 as head coach. What keeps that fire lit in you to come back and just – it's something about it. When baseball season gets here, man, life is good.
Yes, it's competition. It's challenges. It's another challenge. When you got 20 new guys on your roster and kind of got off sync with some injuries and some red shirts and some things like that, your idea, you'd like to have 14 and 14 or 15 and 15, but we're at 20 freshmen. But it's a good challenge. I mean, it's fun to watch them get better, develop, weight room, long toss programs, and it's obvious our guys get better. We've had 33 SEC signees out of here in my time as head coach, and 6 or 7 drafted, and not counting the other great schools that these guys have gone to. I'm up over 250 guys going to 4-year schools out of here, and we just work hard, and and the guys got to buy into it. That special group of guys come in and they see how it helps them to work. it's just a challenge. I love it, and I'm starting to get energized again after this Christmas break, and we'll get after it again. But there's a lot of work already going into it since they got here in August.
Well, you talk about the challenges, and this year that schedule is going to be another tough challenge, and that's what you do. You challenge yourself outside of division, because once you step inside the division play, MACJC baseball, everybody talks about how tough football is. Baseball, I think, is equally, if not a little bit more tough.
Yes, you get in that MACJC now, you can get beat any day. And you got to come out playing your best every day. You can't take anybody for granted. I tell my guys, don't even worry about who's got a uniform on the other side. Just play every day, and it's a marathon. It's not a race. You got to run it. You got to go. It's 28 games, and it's just tough. It's relentless. You got to play hard and do well every day.
Well, Rick, anything else you want to add maybe to the fans that getting ready for the baseball season, and just kind of fire them up, get excited with you and to be here before we know it?
Oh, yes. It's come on out opening day, and we'll have a great time. It's come watch a good group. I can't tell you right now who's going to be the starters. We'll be mixing and matching early, and same way with the pitching. We got a lot of good names out there that did well in high school, and it'll be exciting watching them develop and mature as a junior college baseball player.
Well, Rick, appreciate you taking time out of the day to talk to us, my man.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center as we get ready for second half action. ICC leads 39-27. Thanks for sticking with us through the Little Caesars halftime report. Enjoyed getting you back up to date with a recap from the first half and all the stats and information as we get ready to get things started back here in the second half. ICC with possession of the basketball to open things up. Brandon Brown back out there on the floor. He alongside Trevante Doolittle, Madarius Hobson, Antoine Porter, and Tyler Smith. That's the 5 on the floor for the Indians. Hobson with it, 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Kicks it across the floor. Brandon Brown, top of the key, drives left side, pulls up, elbow off back iron, no good. Rebound comes right back to him. He gives off to Porter, and Porter's able to get up. That was Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith in there and finishes it up. A nice offensive board and cleanup job by Tyler Smith.
Jordan, I believe it's their largest lead of the game. 14-point lead, 41-27, just started the second half.
Same starting 5 on the floor. Nice play ran on the offensive end there. Nice motion and movement. Tyler Williams able to find Josiah Lewis as he cuts across the lane and lays it in off the right side. But nice movement on the offensive end from Holmes to open up the second half, their first offensive possession. See Holmes looking to trap the basketball a little bit more. Pass comes in low to Madarius Hobson. Hobson struggles to get his hands on it. Now pass over into the corner. Tyler Smith. Smith hits another one. So 4 quick points for Tyler Smith out of the halftime break.
Good job by Tyler Smith, already in double figures here with 18:30 left in the second half. 43-29 ICC over Holmes.
Smith averaging nearly 10 points a game. He's been a nice addition over there on the offensive side of the floor tonight. After struggling a little bit in the last couple of weeks, he's popped back up down there low in the post and playing well tonight. It's Tyler Williams, a little step back J there. Tyler Williams, the big fella, about 12 feet out, is able to knock one home. At that size, you're not supposed to be able to move that gracefully and easily. Good looking athlete down low. Young guy, Tyler Williams. He's a sophomore at 6'9" from Waldorf, Maryland. There's probably more basketball in his future as passes intercepted and a transition layup missed for Holmes. And here comes the basketball back to ICC. 3-on-2. Antoine Porter lays up off the left side. Just went right around Tyler Williams, and almost like Williams is scared of foul trouble now. Quick pass over the top. Williams shouldn't have got rid of that one that way. It ends up right back in the hands of ICC. Just careless with the basketball for Holmes.
Jordan, we've got a 14-point lead. We could extend it to 16 or 17 with this possession. 17:30 left in the ball game.
Good job by Hobson. Take it right there in the teeth of the defense. Kick it out over to Tyler Smith, who had an open look. Can't make that one go home, but you see the attention that Madarius Hobson is drawing down there in the paint. Pull-up three-pointer from right in front of his home bench, or his visiting bench, Jatavia Greer. He knocks that one home. It's good, and that gets Holmes back to within 11. Nice-looking jump shot there by the freshman Greer as he was just wide open, pulled it up, knocked it home.
A lot of confidence. He didn't even score first half.
Brandon Brown back out on the floor on the near side there. Gets it off inside to Tyler Smith. Lots of contact, and there's a whistle and a foul as Tyler Williams had got pulled away from the paint. And whenever you see the big guys leaving up some open room there in the paint, ICC's liking to attack that. Holmes got in a good bit of foul trouble early on in the contest tonight as free throw rattles around off the glass, goes in for Tyler Smith. But you can see down low, especially with Tyler Williams, he's trying to stay out of that foul trouble. Josiah Lewis called for the last one there, his second personal, first foul of the half for the Dogs. Second free throw, back iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Holmes. For the first time tonight, we see, I don't have a number 3 on my roster. Yes, I do. Michael Harris there. I had it covered up. Michael Harris, only at 5'5" from Louisville. He's into the game as the point guard. A quick little guy running the show up top for the sophomore Harris. Harris looking for a screen from Williams. Takes it, goes left, pulls up there at the elbow. Tries to get the basketball over into the hands of Jatavia Greer. Ball knocked out of bounds by Trevante Doolittle. 4 seconds on the shot clock, so got to make something happen quick here on the inbounds. Throws it all the way up towards the rim, or is able to get the ball inbounds down there to Josiah Lewis. Whistle, foul, and it's going to go against ICC. Going to get Trevante Doolittle on the foul. That one hurts there as they had to throw it 40 feet across the floor, threw it towards the rim, trying to allow Josiah Lewis to go up and get something, and then just a foul call there on the floor that hurts you. So it is on the floor. Reset the shot clock, 20 seconds. ICC leading 46-34, 16:28 to play. Weatherspoon inbounds the basketball. Barely is able to get it into Lewis. Lewis goes to work, spins around, and goes off the right side. So it looked like he may have got away with a travel.
Lewis, good-looking athlete. Started slowly now. He's got 8 points. They've cut it to 10, 46-36. Indians up over the Bulldogs.
Lewis is sophomore out of Grenada. Very athletic at 6'6". ICC trying to get back inside with the basketball. Now open wrench champ for 3 off the iron. Rolls around, no good. Rebound to Tyler Williams. It's rattled around and now finally controlled by the point guard Michael Harris. Harris pushes the floor to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon goes left, now drives in. There's going to be a whistle and a walk. He ran into a guy. Good defense there by Madarius Hobson. And just lost the basketball and walked. As our scorers table's trying to roll out there in the middle of the floor, I believe.
We're getting it too close. I think Jim's pushing it out there and need to do a better job.
Well, you know what, Jim? Need to get Adam and put some brakes on this thing.
That's right. That's on Adam.
It's just going to roll away from us if we're not careful. Adam Gore producing our broadcast for us tonight. Sports Information Director, Director of Media Relations here on campus at Itawamba Community College. Glad to have you with us and helping us out over there because Lord knows Jim and I would never figure out how to push all those buttons.
No doubt about it.
Transition layup no good from Michael Harris. And ICC gets the basketball back, and you can see just calm down, try to let things get back under control. That's one thing Brandon Brown does good. He is far from the prototypical point guard. He's not what you typically see as a point man, but he keeps things under control. He's very poised, does a good job of just controlling the team. As a mismatch, Brown being guarded by Tyler Williams. Trevante Doolittle takes notice of that, gets it inside to Tyler Smith, and Smith's able to finish off the left side. Great job from Brown to Doolittle. Doolittle to realize the big fella down low is not covering Tyler Smith. A beautiful pass over the top and an easy lay-in for Tyler.
Good job. Tyler Smith has exploded here in the second half already with 7 points, maybe 8 if he makes the free throw. We got a 12-point lead, 48-36, 15 minutes left in the ball game.
Second team foul of the half to go against Holmes. Free throw up and good for Tyler Smith. So 13-point lead under the 15-minute mark for ICC in a big matchup tonight. As we mentioned, Holmes and ICC both 2-3 coming into the year, or coming into the night on the year. All fighting for that also important 4th spot in the division tournament. As whistle and they're going to say yes, a moving screen call against Jatavia Greer. So that's going to get the basketball back to ICC, and Holmes at times tonight, they just get kind of turnover heavy with it.
They do, and they lose their composure there for 2 or 3 minutes, and we've extended the lead, as you mentioned, to 13.
49-36, 14:40 to go as Brown, again, runs the show on the offensive side of things for ICC. Working off a screen from Tyler Smith. Pass looked like he was trying to get it to Hobson on a slash, but he skipped past it, went to Doolittle in the corner, and he hit home the three. I'm not even sure that's where he meant to go with it, but it works out well for ICC.
Nice assist.
So it's up to a 16-point lead now for the Indians. Whistle. That can be a charge or a block. They're going to say charge. It's going to go against Holmes, and ICC has got Holmes on the ropes.
Weatherspoon's third foul. 14-19 left in the ball game. We're up by 16 with the ball, Jordan.
So Holmes, like we mentioned earlier, 4 guys that average in double figures, one of those being Brandon Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon comes off the bench to average those 10.3, but he is in foul trouble. He stays on the floor at the 14-15 mark with 3 fouls on him. ICC is able to break that press. Nice pass in low to Medarius Hobson, and Hobson's able to finish off the right side. So good pass that time from Rance Champ to Medarius Hobson, and just putting on a clinic up and down the floor right now as ICC in the assist game. Great job of playing team offense, rotating the basketball, and getting it to the open guy. 54-36, Indians lead, 14:03 remaining in the contest. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
(54-36) ICC leads, 14:03 to go in the contest here tonight inside the Davis Events Center. Jim, you cannot say enough about that precision passing we've seen on the offensive end from ICC so far in the second half.
Jordan, it's been an outstanding game. The number of assists we've had tonight to make the offenses flow smoothly has been outstanding.
You got that assist number over there on your stat sheet?
I do not have the
quite
assist
have
number.
that one, huh? 15 seconds on the shot clock as Holmes works it out of the corner with Jalen Lester. Now back up top to Lewis. Lewis drives the right lane and was able just to get all the way to the rim without much contest. Layup off right side for Josiah Lewis. Holmes going to extend that defense trap at the half-court line. Good job to get it to Hobson. Hobson pushes it up the floor to Doolittle. Now Doolittle back up to Brandon Brown, and that's where the offense is allowed to reset. Rance Champ thinks about the three, thinks better of it. Down to 15 seconds on the shot clock. This time he will pull up. Pull the trigger and almost went down. Looked like that one was going to fall as the rebound goes to Brandon Weatherspoon. Now Weatherspoon thinking coast to coast. Kicks off in the corner to Lester. Lester starts right, comes back left, up baseline. Pass over to Lewis. And Lewis is going to have it stripped away momentarily. Lewis back to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon back to Lester. Lester for three, and this time he does rattle it home. Good ball movement on the offensive end there for Holmes. 54-14, so 14-point Indian advantage under the 13-minute mark. We're at 12:50 to go as Holmes is definitely committed to this press defense, but if you break it and throw it over the top, they'll tear the rim off as Tyler Smith goes up for the dunk. He brings the rim down, and a big move there for the big fella Tyler Smith.
Another great assist. Tyler Smith leading the team with 16 points.
You can tell offensively, Coach Pate, Coach Bozeman have done a good job of letting them know if you get trapped, there's somebody down deep that is going to be open. And the eyes have allowed them to see those guys and get the basketball there. It's down low to Tyler Williams. Good pass from Williams over to Lewis. And Lewis lays up off the right side. And suddenly Holmes has found something down low with Williams and Lewis. Those two big fellas are having a little bit of success down in the paint. Brown working off the near side wing. 12 on the shot clock, drives in, contact, goes up with it. Foul's going to go against Holmes. Now they just have to choose if they want to call it against Lewis or Williams, as they both had plenty of contact. They're going to get Williams for it. And if my count's right, that's 4 fouls on Tyler Williams. As injured Bulldog, it looks like it's going to be Josiah Lewis. Both Lewis And Williams went up to try to block the shot. As we'll take this break as he's attended to by training staff. 56-42, ICC leads at the under 12 mark in the second half. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center, as it was Josiah Lewis, he was able to get up and head to the bench under his own power. So it'll be a substitution move here for Holmes as they revamp the lineups. It looks like Darius Clark will come back onto the floor for Holmes. It is only the third foul to go against Tyler Williams. We had to clarify he was the one that the technical situation was dealt with earlier, so it is definitely just the third foul to go against Tyler Williams. So after the injury, it will allow Brandon Brown to get to the charity stripe for the Indians. Lead it by 14 with 11:58 to go. Brown has shot the free throws exceptionally well so far on the year, a little over 81% for the freshman from White Station High School. White Station, a very good, always known for their athletes up there in Memphis.
No doubt about it.
Brown at 6'5", 201. You see lots of kids come out to play basketball, playing football out of White Station up there in Memphis. His free throw number 1 is up and good, but seen more improvement, I would say, probably out of Brandon Brown from game 1 to tonight, game number 17, or game number 16 it is, 6-9 is the record, but he really has improved over the course of the season.
He's done a really good job at that point guard, and he's such a big point guard at 6'5", 200 pounds.
That's the thing. I mean, 6'5", but Coach Pate, Coach Bozeman, they have gone to Brown pretty much exclusively to run the show on the offensive end. And Jim, to me, it just seems like it's because he is under control. You don't have to wonder about Brandon. I mean, he's got things. He's very poised, plays very smart basketball. It's a foul away from the ball, goes on Doolittle of ICC. His third personal, team's second in the half, and gonna have to sell him off the floor here, try to save him a little bit later. As 11:47 to go in the matchup, 3 fouls for Trevante Doolittle. We'll see Kendricus Carlton come onto the floor. Inbound pass goes to Darius Clark. Clark thinks about the dribble drive, now kicks up top to Brandon Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon back to their point man and Caleb Higgins. Higgins directing guys where to go, looks for the screen off right side, gets it, starts right, comes back left. Good pass from Higgins down to Tyler Williams. Whistle and a foul. That'll be a block against ICC. Say that he was in position, but he slid over into it on a block. No shooting foul. So luckily they're going to say the foul occurred before the shot. As we're having official scorer and the referee are having words. And Jim, does this go back to that technical foul call?
I don't
earlier?
know. It might.
An odd stoppage in play here. 11:31 to go in the contest. 58-42. ICC leads it. We're trying to get word from down the scores table here. We're here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Broadcast booth. For more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College, visit iccms.edu/foundation. As I definitely believe that conversation is taking place about Tyler Williams and how many fouls is on him. So, Jim, by my count, and it looks like by yours too, that should be 4 fouls on Tyler Williams. You know, you always love these situations here. We're going to take this break as we figure it out. ICC leads 58-42, 11:31 to go in the contest. We'll take a break and be back with more after this. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. Attention all ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club members. You're invited to join us for the ICC Alumni Association and Indian Club Member Appreciation Night on Monday, February the 3rd. Members will get free admission to the Northeast Games, food and drinks will be provided, and you'll be able to visit with ICC coaches and staff. Not a member of the Alumni Association or Indian Club yet? You're still invited to come be a part of the evening and sign up to become a member that evening as well. For more information or questions, call 662-862-8039. That's 662-862-8039.
So that timeout was about trying to figure out the foul situation with Tyler Williams. So the call is going to be, it was a dead ball technical, so that will not go into the personal column. So 3 personal fouls goes against Tyler Williams. I felt like it had to be 4, Jim, but the explanation was a dead ball technical will not go into the personal column. I had never heard that.
Me neither. I learned some stuff tonight.
Slide your feet. So a whistle and a foul call against ICC there on the inbound. Foul's going to go against Tyler Smith. That'll be 4th team foul. And how many is that?
That's Tyler's
that's
third.
3 for Tyler.
3 for Tyler.
So foul starting to rack up against ICC as well as Holmes now as the inbound. Definitely trying to get the basketball to Tyler Williams. He starts left, comes back right, finishes off the glass. And that's tough to defend right there on the inbound with the big fella Tyler Williams. 58-44, ICC leads, approaching the 11-minute mark remaining. As back into that press as they jump into it. They're able to force the turnover there. 3-on-1 out in transition. It's going to be a finish, basket, and count the basket. It's going to go to the free throw line for one more. Darius Clark forced the turnover, drove the lane, finished, and got fouled in the process. Foul that time goes against Rance Champs. They got him from behind. First foul on Rance. 5th team foul. And that will send Clark to the free throw line. So it seems like all the momentum that was on the floor earlier has just kind of been killed here with the discussion about the technical situation with Tyler Williams and just kind of getting everything back going. Not much liveliness right now inside the gym. 58-47, 11 minutes to play as ICC gets the basketball back. And again, looks like Holmes is going to try to trap off the first pass. They are able to defend that well. Man-to-man defense now as they set back. Brandon Brown will be up top. He goes over to Champ and out of the corner to Hobson. Hobson looks for somewhere to go. Back to Champ. Champ back to Hobson. Hobson thinks 3 now. He's going to pull up from the wing. Puts it up, and it's good. Madarius Hobson for the 2nd time tonight connects from 3-point range. So push that lead back out to 14. And again, Mayday, he just does so much for your offense. Whether it's pull up 3, whether it's the assist, whether it's get down low and fight with the big guys, whatever you need from him, he's been able to do it.
Jordan, they were on a 7-0 run. What a big shot by Hobson.
3-point bucket up from Brandon Weatherspoon. It's no good. Rebound from Kendricus Carlton. And now Carlton does the wise thing and just gets it again back into the hands of Brandon Brown. And not to continue to talk and harp on Brandon Brown, but you can even see with the guys on the floor now, as soon as they get that rebound and it gets to be in a tight situation, they look for it. They try to get the basketball to him. He has that calming presence and controlling presence of the offense right now.
He does. He's very calm. Plus, as we mentioned, he's 6'5", 200. You can't get the ball from him. He's so strong.
Good job there by Brandon Brown. 5 seconds on the shot clock, drives the lanes, navigates through, and goes up right hand and finishes. And that's just right on cue as we talk about him. He goes up and finishes. Nice job by Brown. Rebound fought for, and there he gets it. Brandon Brown fights it away from the big fella. And again, they're going to slow things down, wait for Brown to have an opportunity, and they're going to get a whistle and a foul on Caleb Higgins. Well, they said as Carlton was trying to get the basketball to Brown, Higgins had his hands all over him, and finally enough, they call the foul on it. 2nd personal for Higgins, 5th team foul for Holmes. So 9:32 to play in the first half. 63-47, ICC leads. We'll reset the lineup. It'll be Kendricus Carlton, Brandon Brown, Tyler Smith, Rance Champ, and Madarius Hobson on the floor for the Indians. Champ, ball on the wing, goes down low to Tyler Smith. Fought for. They're going to say Smith finally got his hands on it, but when he did it, he had a foot out of bounds. that's probably going to be the one negative that if we had the opportunity to talk to Coach Pate about his offense right now, he'd say turn the basketball over too much.
Right.
The rhythm is there, no doubt, more so than we've seen probably at any other point this year, but still turning the ball over a little bit too much. As substitutions, Jalen Lester comes onto the floor for Holmes. He'll sub off Jamarian Brown. As ICC is going to sit back. Looks like they may go into a 2-3 zone this time as Higgins walks the ball up the floor for Holmes. It is a 2-3 zone. Trying to get somebody to the elbow to get into the teeth of that defense as Brandon Weatherspoon goes left side, tries to get to the glass. He fights in there, it rolls around and goes in. And he's got a chance to go to the line for one more. Foul's going to go against Madarius Hobson. That's the 6th foul for ICC. 3rd team foul for Madarius. So, Jim, if you want to give us kind of a rundown of where we stand in foul trouble, but ICC's got several guys with 3 on them right now.
Tyler Smith's got 3, Doolittle's got 3, and now Hobson has 3.
So 3 starters with 3 fouls on them at the 9-minute mark remaining in the contest. Weatherspoon's free throw up. It is good. So back to a 13-point advantage for ICC after the 3-point play from Brandon Weatherspoon. Pressure again from Holmes. Pass comes up the floor in a hurry. Hobson breaks it. Gets over into the corner to Champ. Now Champ back up top to Brandon Brown. And again, with 20 seconds on the shot clock, they're just going to sit tight and allow things to calm down. Brown works off a screen from Tyler Smith. Goes right corner to Kendricus Carlton. Carlton thinks about the dribble drive. Now goes left hand. Fights in through contact. Gets to Tyler Smith to the elbow. And he knocks it down from the elbow. Great job there from Tyler Smith getting into that soft spot and hitting the jump shot from right there. That expands the lead back out to 15. As Higgins drives the floor, no good. Just a little bit out of control on the offensive end there. No pass or anything, trying to do too much on his own. As pass comes way up the floor to Hobson. Hobson gives off to Tyler Smith, and Tyler Smith's able to finish it off the right block. Brandon Brown up the floor to Hobson. Hobson gives it off to Smith, and Smith is able to make it go home.
Jordan, Tyler Smith is getting some good passes to him, but he's taken advantage of that. He's got 20 points tonight already.
Good job by Tyler Smith as he comes into the night averaging 8.8 points per game. He's just been solid all around. The freshman, Smith from Atlanta, Georgia, played his high school ball at Langston Hughes High School there, and he's, again, kind of like we talked about Brandon Brown, over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks, you're starting to see some of these freshmen grow up and really come into their own.
No doubt about it. He's got 21 points now. We still got 8 minutes left in the ball game. Got an 18-point lead. Do not take your foot off the pedal.
This matches the largest lead of the night for ICC at 18 points. An airball 3 lands in the hands of Josiah Lewis. Lewis gets fouled and rattles home the layup again. So chance for another 3-point play for Holmes as that foul goes against Smith. And Smith's 20-plus in the points category, but he's got 4 fouls now as well. Josiah Lewis to the free throw line. Puts it up, front iron, no good, and rebound will go to Brandon Brown. So Smith stays on the floor with 4 fouls as Shermontis Mitchell comes to the scorer's table to check in. And they're going to pull him back and going to change things up, but Smith is on the floor with 4 fouls. Now Hobson for 3 out of the corner. Off the back iron, no good, as this place felt like it was ready to really explode if that was able to go home. The momentum definitely back over here on the home bench. As out in transition, 3 ball for Holmes, and they burn up the net from the near side corner with Tyler Talley. Timeout goes to Coach Jason Flanagan and his Holmes Bulldogs. So ICC's led by as much as 18, currently lead by 13, 68-55 with 7:32 remaining. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center, 7:32 to play, 68-55, ICC on top. That timeout was brought to you by the ICC Indian delegation, reminding you it's time to schedule a tour of ICC by visiting iccms.edu. Well, ICC does a good job breaking the press there, gets it back to Coach Brandon Brown. He's coaching the offensive end. I mean, he's the point guard out there. They get the ball back to him and let him set it up. As we were able to hear,
he is a coach out there. You're right.
We were able to hear Coach Pate here in the huddle during the timeout, and he was saying, break the press, face up to the goal. That's exactly what they did. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brown goes left, gets into the lane, pulls up from right in front of the big man, tried to make that one go home too hard off the back iron. Rebound goes to Holmes. And you see there what that big body there in the middle can do to you, just from a perception standpoint. Holmes attacks the lane, layup off right side. Good that time by Tyler Talley. So Talley's checked into the ball game here in the second half. He's looked pretty good on the offensive end.
5 quick points from Talley. Last 5 points for them. Cut the lead to 11 with 6:40 left. ICC up by 11 over Holmes.
So to reset the lineup, Brandon Brown with the basketball, Antoine Porter, Kendrickus Carlton, Medarius Hobson, and Rance Champ on the floor for the Indians. His pull-up jumper from Brown is short from about 8 feet, no good. And here comes Brandon Weatherspoon and Holmes back down the floor. Dribble drive goes in the lane, pass is deflected by ICC's Hobson, goes out of bounds. And Holmes will hold on to the basketball as substitutions onto the floor. Trevante Doolittle will come on for ICC. He'll bring off it'll be Kendrickus Carlton that comes off. And I can't tell what Holmes is going to. Holmes is going to bring on Jalen Lester and take off Jamarian Brown. So substitutions brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com as Doolittle subs onto the floor for the Indians. Talley goes right side, working with the screen, gets it to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon dribble drive. It had to be a walk. I don't know how he got away with a walk there. Luckily, the basketball went out of bounds, but he took 4 steps and somehow didn't get a whistle. He even was expecting it that time. He jump-stepped and looked at the referee. 6:12 to play, 11-point advantage for the Indians. Hobson inbounds to Brandon Brown, spacing the floor, trying to make it more difficult to trap. As it really surprised we've seen so much of a trap from Holmes. There's a touch foul that will go against Jamarian Brown. And ICC's in a double bonus, so that's going to send Brown to the free throw line. But I've been impressed, guys, tonight to see Holmes still trap as much as they have, as much success as ICC's had throwing it right over their head.
I'm surprised also because we've broken that press and broken that trap. They continue to do that. I still think we'll get some easy baskets underneath.
So as we talked about earlier in the ladies' game, a nice victory tonight for the ladies. It's late in the game. The 2 things you got to make sure you don't do, you don't foul and you make your free throws. That's where they're winning and lost in tight ball games down the stretch. ICC leads this one by 12, 6:06 to play. As Brandon Brown converts on the first one, second one's up. It's good as well. So nice job there by Brandon. He's going to come to the bench, get a breather here before the stretch, as we'll see Kendrickus Carlton subs him off the floor. Substitutions brought to you by the Cagle Eye Center, 862 Eyes, to set up your appointment today. As they probably rather you just call them tomorrow at this point.
Yeah, don't call it.
Call them tomorrow to set up your appointment. So ICC leads by 13. That's been good to see, talking about vision, talking about the maturity of this ICC offense and how much better they've played down the stretch the last couple of weeks. His foul on the defensive end, that one goes against Trevante Doolittle. That's his 4th personal, so now 2 starters with 4 fouls on them for ICC. That'll send Brandon Weatherspoon to the line.
Doolittle.
So the lefty from Canton free throw rattles around in and good. That'll be a quick substitution as Brandon Brown back onto the floor. He'll sub off Trevante Doolittle, as Doolittle now has 4 fouls on him as well. He comes off the floor there, Jim, and I'm sitting in a good position here because I can hear what they say when they come off the floor. Coach Eric Bozeman said, "You put your hands on him," and he looked at him and rolled his eyes. He didn't think he put his hands on him. Nonetheless, the man in the stripes in front of us here thought he did, so he did get called for the foul. 5:40 to play in the contest, 12-point advantage for the Indians. As Brandon Brown works the basketball, 15 seconds to go. Off left side to Kendrickus Carlton. Carlton, man, trying to get the ball down low. Lots of contact between Antoine Porter and Lewis, and they're going to get a 5-second call and give the ball back to Holmes. Well, while he's counting that, I wish he'd look down low and see what Josiah Lewis is doing to Antoine Porter. So that gives the ball back to Holmes, so a turnover. Trailing by 12, 5:26 to play. I've been surprised not to see as much of Caleb Higgins down the stretch here.
I agree.
For Holmes.
Good-looking freshman point guard.
Really ran the point well, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul, and that Maybe a little bit of a makeup call right there. It's an offensive foul way away from the ball. A technical foul is going to go against Holmes, so quick trigger. As Holmes had a little something to say, the coaching staff. Coach Jason Flanagan's complaining about a hold down there on his end, and my word, if he sees what happened at Antoine Porter down here on the other end, he may decide to hold on to that. So it'll be 2 technical shots for ICC. Brandon Brown will go to the line for those.
Who's the foul on? Okay.
So Darius Clark was where the personal foul was on, so that's his 3rd personal, so 8th team foul against Holmes. So ICC will get 2 shots here off the technical, then they'll get the basketball off the offensive foul. So Brown with a made first free throw. Second one for Brown, up, it rolls around, no good. So 1 for 2 off the line for Brandon Brown. Now the basketball will go all the way back 94 feet down the floor and be inbounded. Well, maybe not. They're going to inbound it in front of the staff for Holmes. So ball impounded right there by Coach Flanagan. Now Coach Flanagan's going to walk up the floor with one of the other officials and voice some displeasure possibly after the quick technical call against him. Brown works off the far side of your screen, and there's going to be a whistle on a foul, and that's pretty much an attack by Brandon Weatherspoon as he comes for the basketball. 4th foul on Weatherspoon, 9th team foul, so 1-and-1 opportunity for ICC, but from here on out they'll be shooting 2. 13-point lead for the Indians, 5:04 to play, as officials having a conversation at the free throw line about maybe the seriousness of the foul there on Brandon Weatherspoon, where, I mean, he was going after the ball. There's no doubt about that. But that'll get Brandon Brown back to the line. It feels like Brandon Brown is being charged rent on the charity stripe. He's been there all night long. One-and-one opportunity. Front end is good. So he'll have an opportunity to capitalize on the backside of this 1-and-1 opportunity. 14-point lead for the Indians. Chance to make it 15 with a made free throw here. Free throw from Brown up and good. So 2 for 2 for Brandon Brown. Back to a 15-point advantage for the Indians. So you'd think at the 5-minute mark now, probably going to start to see some urgency on the offensive end for Holmes. As still surprised that Caleb Higgins not in the basketball game. Haven't seen much of him here down the stretch. As ball goes to Weatherspoon, he fights in there low, can't make it happen. Rebound is fought for, and they're going to say foul goes against Antoine Porter. Well, there definitely was a scrap for it. They're going to say Josiah Lewis didn't jump over his back, and instead Porter was able to hit him on the rebound. That'll send Lewis to the charity stripe for a 1-on-1 opportunity. So Coach Pate says, all right, that's enough. Tyler Smith on the bench. We're going to send him back out there as the front end of the 1-and-1 is missed by Brandon Weatherspoon. Tyler Smith leading all scorers tonight. He's at the scorers table getting ready to check back in. He's been sidelined due to 4 fouls. A little foul trouble for some guys in the starting lineup for ICC tonight, as both Smith and Doolittle have been plagued with some foul trouble, but both played pretty exceptionally well so far tonight on the night despite the foul trouble. Brown works it over into the corner to Antoine Porter. Porter kicks back to the top of the key to Brown. Brown goes to work, 3 seconds left, drives off left side, pulls one up from 8 feet, no good off the front iron. Rebound fought for, it's going to go off of Holmes and back to, or they're going to say off of ICC and back to Holmes. Well, I couldn't tell.
They call
a foul?
Call a foul.
Got the foul on Brandon Brown. Well, the good news is it's only the 2nd personal on Brown. The bad news is that's the 10th team foul, so that's going to be 2 free throws from here on out for Holmes. And that's a foul you hate to commit 90 feet away from the basket. But he was fighting for the rebound. Can't say enough about that, but still, that's a tough way to call it. As Lewis to the free throw line, rolls around and goes in. So front end is good for Josiah Lewis. 10 team fouls for ICC, 9 team fouls for Holmes, so both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way out. Second free throw is good, so now Carlton will come off and Trevante Doolittle back onto the floor. So 4 fouls for Doolittle. He's on the floor as well, but I'd like to have him on the floor to help in these opportunities, because you know you're going to see a lot of a full court press and trap and try to get the basketball back and create some possessions as Holmes trails 13 with 4:08 to play.
All right, Jordan, let's close this thing out. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Indians up by 13 with the ball.
Brandon Brown, top of the key, works off screen from Darius Hobson. Goes off to the right side to Tyler Smith. Smith thinks about where he wants to go. Now back to Brandon Brown. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Brown looking for some Where to go off the right side. Now kicks at the last minute to Medarius Hobson. Top of the key, right side, no good. Rebound fought for. There's a whistle and a jump ball as Tyler Smith got in there, and that causes you to hold your breath a little bit as he's got those 4 fouls, but it is a jump ball. Possession will go to Holmes. You know, Jim, I cannot believe down the stretch in this game we have not seen, I know I've said it several times, we've not seen Caleb Higgins, we've not seen Tyler Williams, either one. Two guys in the starting lineup that we have not seen since about the 10-minute mark.
I'm surprised by both of them, but Caleb Williams, they need speed in the ball game now. They got to get the ball up and down the court quickly. He's the man that does that. He's not playing.
They've settled with Tyler Talley as the point guard. Speaking of Talley, he pulls up for 3 right in front of his coach. No good. Rebound, lots of contact. Hobson has to get himself up off the floor, but it's going to be an out-of-bounds call. Off on ICC and gives Holmes back the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:36 to play. ICC leads it by 13, 73-60. Talley to throw it in, looking to get the ball to Lewis, posted up. He's able to get it there. Lewis sets the screen, gets it back to Talley. Talley kind of fades away, pulls up for 3 off the back iron, no good. And there's Medarius Hobson. Man, what an athletic play from Hobson to get the rebound, stay in bounds, get it to Rance Champ. Champ gets it to Brown and just resets the offense. Kendrickus Carlton with the basketball on the near side of your screen. Works off a screen from Medarius Hobson. Goes back across the set to Rance Champ over towards the corner. Champ back top of the key to Carlton again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Carlton looking for a deep pass down low. Gets it in there to Brandon Brown. Brown's able to get it up and over and finish right there in the lane. A nice move by Brandon Brown. An even better pass by Kendrickus Carlton.
Good job of Brandon Brown. He's got 11 big points here in the second half.
3 minutes to play. 25 seconds on the shot clock as Weatherspoon for 3. Back iron no good. And you can see Holmes is really trying to shoot their way back into this thing. Rebound goes to ICC. Out in front is Kendrickus Carlton, and Kendrickus Carlton goes up and throws one down. I didn't know if he could get up there and grab the rim on that one, but he goes up for the one-handed slam and gives ICC a 17-point lead. Jim.
I didn't see that coming. I want him to back off, back it out, rush the clock, but he's smarter than I am, and he jammed it.
Kendrickus Carlton goes up, the 5'11 sophomore out of South Panola High School, throws one down for the Indians and gets the lead back to 17 points. We'll take a break and be back after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
$77-60, ICC leads, 2:40 to play. After the transition slam dunk from Kendrickus Carlton puts a little energy in the building there, Jim. So got to be careful here if you're ICC. You know Holmes trails 17. They're going to try to score in a hurry. They want to get fouled if they can. And you know on any kind of inbound pass, they're going to press you as hard as they have all night. As Brandon Weatherspoon maybe gets an extra step there, fights in there, misses the shot. Lewis goes up for the rebound. He misses the shot. There's going to be a foul, goes against Holmes, and ICC is going to get back the basketball. Waiting to see who the foul does go against. They're going to say foul on Brandon Weatherspoon. That is going to end the night for Brandon Weatherspoon. Well, Weatherspoon's an athletic kid. He's played well out there tonight.
No doubt.
Foul trouble has definitely got to him. He will have to come off the floor with his 5th foul. Averaged about 10.6 points per game. I think he was about that same number tonight, wasn't he, Jim? About 10.5 points.
Yeah.
Well, obviously didn't have a half point tonight, but 10, 11 points on the night. Off the bench is Brandon Weatherspoon. And still no Tyler Williams or Caleb Higgins. Did something happen that I missed? As Tyler Smith misses the front end of the 2 shots.
I believe you call it coach's decision. That's what you call that.
I mean, I cannot believe we have not seen the many down the stretch. As a second free throw from Smith is in there, good. 2:20 to go, back to an 18-point lead, so matches the longest lead of the night for ICC. So Michael Harris back into the game as the point guard. Pass goes down low, but there's a whistle and a foul, and they're going to get that one on Tyler Smith, a hold, I believe.
He's gone.
That is a hold against Tyler Smith, so that's the 5th against Tyler Smith. So hate to see him foul out at the 2:13 mark, but you can't say enough about what Tyler Smith's done to this team tonight.
Tyler Smith's been outstanding. He's got 23 points.
Possibly the best game of the year so far for Tyler Smith as he'll sub off the floor. 2:13, he gets a round of applause, a handshake from Coach Bozeman and Coach Grant Pate right here in front of us. Nice job out there tonight for Tyler. First free throw is missed, and they get two. It's a double bonus. Attacking the rim on a two-shot free throw. Nonetheless, front end no good for Josiah Lewis. He'll get another opportunity. Second one from Lewis. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebound is tapped by Hobson, controlled by Brandon Brown. And now up the floor to Kendricus Carlton. Well, I would not have been surprised to see Carlton just come shot out of a cannon again and try to tear the rim down once more, as he did earlier. He'll back it out. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Holmes extending that defense a little bit, knowing they trail 18 points with 2 minutes to go as Carlton drives the lane, goes up right side. He doesn't dunk it this time, but he just finishes it easy right there on the right side. It's a good job to get around some big guys down low there. And Carlton just making it look easy down there with the big fellas in the paint. Out to a 20-point lead. That is the longest lead, or largest lead of the night. Madarius Hobson forces that turnover. And ICC with the basketball. They lead by 20 with 1:30 to go. Jim, most complete effort I've seen from them all night.
Really
all
good
year.
victory.
All
tonight.
year is what I meant, yeah.
To go 3-3, get back to 500 with 6 more games left in the division. You've got a good chance to make hopefully the top 4.
We talked about the importance of this one tonight. A win tonight gets you to 3-3. That gives you sole possession of that 4th spot in the division, which, we're over the halfway mark, but still, once you get past that point, you want to set yourself up for opportunities in that division tournament. The top 4 seeds, or top 4 teams in the division, or who moves on. So getting yourself in a good position with the victory here tonight. Is a pull-up 3 from Holmes, no good. Rebound tapped around. Lands in the hands of David Brown, and Brown finishes off the left side. As we're under 1 minute remaining, 80-62, ICC leads the contest as Madarius Hobson with it. Gives off to Kendricus Carlton, and they're going to run some time off the clock. About a 21-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, as Carlton will have an opportunity to run this one out, and then Holmes will have another possession after that. But just an all-around offensive good offensive plan from ICC tonight is really the best thing I can say. Is 2 more points for Kendricus Carlton as he drives the lane. But altogether, can't say enough about the offensive plan from ICC out there tonight.
Complete ball game tonight for the Indians.
Pass goes underneath, down low to Josiah Lewis, who finishes off the right side. And Brandon Brown will have to cross half court with it, but that'll be all he has to do, as that should run out the clock. Is that 10 seconds? Now down to 5 seconds. That's going to be the end of this one tonight. ICC has knocked off Holmes 82-64 here under the lights in their home arena in Davis Event Center. So Jim, will send it to a commercial break here in a minute. Come back with the post-game report, and we'll get our stats and our recap together. But overall, just final thoughts as you think about the contest. From start to finish, it was the most complete game I think ICC's played all year.
Most complete game this year. One we needed to win, almost had to win at home to get back to 500. Played our best game of the year. Very proud of the team and the coaching staff.
82-64 final score here inside the Davis Event Center. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the post-game report. We'll take a look at the final stats and recap everything we saw tonight and get you ready for what's coming this Thursday night. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
ICC with a big win, 82-64 over Holmes tonight here inside the Davis Event Center. This is the Renaissance Bank post-game report. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn more about the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking account. Things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. You'll see some game highlights there on your screen, and let me tell you, there was plenty of them tonight, pretty much highlighted by, I would say, that slam by Condricus Carlton there late in the contest. But plenty of highlights tonight if you're an ICC fan. Those highlights brought to you by Little Caesars. The Little Caesars app, combined with the new pizza portal, has made the fastest pizza in Itawamba County even faster. Located at 1405 South Adams Street. Call ahead at 862-2250. As we get ready for this game recap, brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. From strains and sprains to tears and breaks, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi has got you covered. Give them a call at 662-377-BONE or stop by at 499 Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. Jim, just to kind of recap how this thing went, ICC opens on a 4-0 run, leads the game 4-0. Then next thing you know, Holmes has come out of nowhere, and it's 10-4. But from that point on, ICC flipped the switch on the offensive end. In the last 35 minutes, I would say, of the basketball game, played the most sound offensively that I've seen them all year.
I agree, Jordan. You know, when we took a 10-point lead, we never got under 10 points. I don't think since 10 minutes left in the first half, all the way through the end of the game. Our offense got more and more confidence. We spread the ball around. We made the correct throws. We played good defense. A lot of assists tonight. A lot of players stepped up. We got 4 players in double figures, almost 5 players in double figures tonight. But it was an outstanding game, and I think you're right. It's our best offensive performance that I've seen this year, and, of course, it came in a very important time in the division game.
There's a couple of good things that I take away from this. One is going to be just overall the offensive output was the best you've probably seen all year long. Secondly, is you've got some young guys, namely young guys in your starting lineup like a Tyler Smith, like an Antoine Porter, like a Brandon Brown, who at the start of the year you could tell we're going through some phases of realizing this is not high school basketball anymore. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but now here we are, halfway through the slate. They're not the same guy they were week 1.
They're not, and you mentioned those 3 guys, and Adam's seen it all throughout the year also. They're beginning to know what they're supposed to do, and they're all 6'5", 6'6", big bodies. So they know they can play. They know they can post up. They know they can get the shot from outside, and they can't steal the ball from Brandon Brown because he's such a good enough athlete being at 200 pounds and 6'5". So those 3 guys have learned how to play. They're all tall, 6'5", 6'6", can help us down the road.
It's amazing what taking a guy like Brandon Brown, who is far from your prototypical point guard, and putting him out there and letting him just be the calming face in control of your offense, what that's done for this team.
No doubt about it. I mean, we're not going to outrun you up and down the court. We've got some power players, a little bit of height. We don't have the 6'9", 6'10 guys, but we can throw 3 or 4 or 5 guys out there at 6'5", 6'4", and that can make some plays, and they showed tonight what they could do.
Let's take a look at those final stats, and we'll get our star of the game together for you. Both of those brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton. 1.3 million drink combos and mouth-watering burgers. Why would you go anywhere else? Visit the Sonic in Fulton for exclusive offers and happy hour specials. And I hope they've got me a double cheeseburger ready up there here in a few minutes, because I think I may have to make a stop by, Jim.
No doubt about it. It's been a long night, but a great night to be an ICC Indian, as our women won earlier and our men won tonight. Let's go over the stats, the the total points. Start out, Brandon Brown had 14 points, 11 in the second half. Darius Hobson played a great game, but he only had 9 points tonight. Pendleton had 3, Carlton had 11 with that big dunk. Travana Doolittle had 11. Antoine Porter had 4, and Tyler Smith, my player of the game, had 22 points.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. The only way I wouldn't give it to Tyler Smith is if somebody showed me that dunk from Condricus Carlton about 15 or 20 times in a row.
Right,
that may be enough to convince me of that. But overall, a great offensive night from ICC. They get back to 500 in the division win column, and they'll be at least 4th in the division rankings going into tomorrow. So I know that's a good thing that Coach Grant Pate will be excited to talk about tomorrow. ICC back in action on Thursday night. They'll be on the road. Adam, where we head Thursday night? Northwest. So Adam Gore will be with you for the broadcast next Thursday night from Northwest. Women will play first, men after that. Game also will be on Super Talk Radio, I assume, after Sports Talk Mississippi goes off the air. So, Jim?
It's up to Adam Gore to get us a win Thursday night.
Right.
We did it tonight.
We've done it.
We've done it tonight. It's up to Adam Thursday night on the road to get it done.
I've got supreme confidence in Adam Gore over there to take care of it. For Adam Gore producing the broadcast, and also we want to mention to you, the highlights from tonight's action, both men and women, correct, will be on WCBI. So flip it over there on WCBI, Channel 4 here in a little while, and see all the highlights from the game if maybe you missed a little bit. Love for you to see everything the Indians and Lady Indians were able to do. ICC improves to 3-3 in the division, and 7-9 on the year. Holmes falls to 2-4 and 10-7 on the year. Join Adam this Thursday night. You can listen on the radio, Super Talk, or you can be right back here on Let's Go ICC TV. Adam Gore will have the call for you from Senatobia on Thursday night. For Adam Gore as our producer tonight, Raphael Henry manning the cameras, Lee Adams on charge of our Twitter account and all the photography taking place on the court, and Jim Ingram, our color guy. Nice to have you back with us here tonight, Jim.
Thank you, Jordan.
I'm
Enjoyed
Jordan,
doing it.
Absolutely. I'm Jordan Smith saying so long tonight from the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. A good night for the Indians, 2 big wins as they get ready to go back on the road on Thursday night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being with us. This has been ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC,